Hi angels, good morning my lovelies. It's lvluxegirl back again with another video. So today is a vintage Coach bag review, a Coach vintage bag review. So I wanted to do a Coach vintage bag review, you guys, because there are two bags that I realized in my collection are kind of similar. So I figured I'd come on camera and we could talk about dimensions and their similarities. And then stay tuned for the end of the video because I have a Coach vintage find. I found recently at a consignment store, you guys, a vintage Coach bag, and I'm so excited about this baby because I ended up bringing it home with me to my collection. And you know, I have some of my bags out here on display, but I just wanted to go ahead and add this baby to my collection. So yeah, if that's something that you're interested in, hit that like button right now. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, as well as hit that notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload vintage Coach videos. So yeah, let's go ahead, let's jump right in. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was these two lovely bags right here. I love my Coach backpack. Here is my lovely Coach backpack, you guys. The leather on this Coach bag, on this Coach backpack is so luxurious and milky and rich. And I just have my little vintage Coach key fob hanging off of it. I absolutely love this Coach backpack. I picked it up recently because of a older vintage Coach travel backpack that I used to have in my 20s, and this one reminded me of that backpack so much that I just had to add it to my collection. This is a lovely piece to have added to my collection, you guys. It holds so much, and I absolutely love it. And I'm in love with this little vintage Coach key fob because I had one back in the day, and that was before the time of pagers. I remember I had this little key fob before I remember as a teenager when pagers came out, before cell phones, that, you know, back then everybody wasn't walking around with cell phones like we are now. Back then we had pagers, you guys. And I remember I had this little key fob as well as my pager with me as a little, as a teenager. You know, I remember I had this little key fob. Anyhow, what I love about it is the little Coach tag is so little and tiny and petite on it, and it just goes so well with my backpack, you guys, as an accessory. So yeah, I love this backpack, and I am not a fan of nickel hardware on vintage Coach bags. I like the traditional brass hardware, but let me tell you, on this backpack right here, I really do like it. It's really making me have a little bit of a love for the nickel hardware on this backpack, you guys. And look at that luxurious leather. It's just so beautiful to watch that leather move around as you handle the backpack. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to do, what I wanted to compare this bag to is my Coach duffel sac, because they are both very tall. If you notice, they're very much a similar size. I have my backpack stuffed right now, but I thought that they looked so much alike. I don't want it to topple over. Let me see if I can handle both of these bags because they're rather large, and my duffel sack is full right now. But you see how the duffel sack is a little bit taller. So the measurements of the duffel sack off the top of my head, I believe, are 9 by 13 by 9. So 9 inches long by 13 inches tall by 9 inches wide, you guys. So 9 by 9 by 13. And that's just how it smushes at the bottom. You guys know, until sometimes the vintage Coach bag fills out, it's gonna look smushy like that. But the dimensions of this bag are 9 by 9 by 13 of the duffel sack. And the dimensions of my lovely backpack are going to be, she's about 12 inches tall by about 10 inches long by about 5 inches wide. So what did we say? 12 inches tall. Actually, I'm sorry, 13 inches tall. I don't have my glasses on. 13 inches tall. So 13 inches in height. She's 13 inches tall this way by 5 inches wide by, let's see how long she is, by about 9 or 10 inches long. She's a big bag. Her and the duffel sack are very comparable. Of course, I feel like the duffel sack for a lady would be more manageable because it's a purse. It's more of a handbag. The backpack, the issue with backpacks is that you put them on your back, you know, and then you got to try to get into this compartment while you're in a line or when you're trying to get something out, you know, while you're in the store. However, this one does have the back pocket that I find that I end up putting like my little card holder and my keys in here and my cell phone so that I could get to it really quickly if I need to. But I love this baby right here, as well as the vintage Coach duffel sacks that I have in my collection. I'm going to go ahead and link some videos down below so that you can go ahead and look at my various vintage Coach duffel sacks that I have in my collection. The duffel sacks are so pretty. What I wanted to talk about with the vintage Coach bags is my recent find, you guys. So I was at a consignment store, and I do that from time to time. You know, everything wasn't opened up, so I really couldn't, you know, check consignment stores as regularly as I would like. But you know, as of lately, things have started to open up. So I was in the area of one that I go to and check out from time to time. And I said, let me check. Let me try my luck and check and see. And I was so happy that I found this baby right here, you guys. And you guys, we know what this is. It's a vintage Coach quart bag in the lovely color black. And I was so happy to add this one to my collection because I have it in mahogany and red and, you know, a few colors, but I didn't never have it in the black, you guys. So it was just like meant to be when I saw that I was able to locate this bag at the consignment shop, as well as in this color that I didn't have a black one before. I had every color but black. So now, you know, I'm so happy to add this one. And I wanted to show you guys this after the before shot of this bag because I haven't done anything to it yet. And it's in that amazing condition. You can see how luxurious and shiny the leather is. And I haven't washed or conditioned it or done anything to this bag yet. The corners are really good on her. The handle is fine, you know. And then here's the other corner. She has her original Coach tag as well as her original adjustable strap. She has her original strap, and the interior of her is very clean and nice, and I haven't even cleaned her yet. And I do have the receipt in there that I paid for her at the consignment shop, as well as I wanted to show you guys the little tag. So this was the price of her at the consignment shop, and you can see it says designer handbag, jet black, and it says small, and this was how much I paid for her. So I thought it would just be interesting to see $16 to see that we can still find these lovely bags. And the consignment shop that I purchased her from authenticates bags, so they're not going to take in a vintage, they're not going to take in any bag if it's not authentic. They do their authenticity. They check it for authenticity. They check it to make sure it's authentic, or they'll deny the customer that's bringing in the item to sell. They'll say no, they'll refuse it. So they authenticate it as well as I looked at it, and it is a real authentic Coach quart bag. And that's what I like about purchasing from consignment stores, because I mean, not saying that if you're lucky and you go to a thrift store and you find a vintage Coach bag, hey, great, kudos, you know, that's great. But when you find them at a consignment store, the consignment stores are a little bit more particular about items that they let come in. So you know that you're guaranteed, you know, that it's an authentic item. And so this is the interior, and you can see it's nice and clean in there with the raw leather. So I am going to go ahead and wash this baby up and put a little bit of conditioner on her just to finish her off. And I am going to add her to these lovely beauties that I have in my collection. And I'm so excited about this vintage Coach quart bag, this find, you guys. So yeah, remember to go ahead, hit that like button, as well as subscribe to my channel if you love vintage Coach, and we'll be back to talk about more of these vintage Coach beauties. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon in another video.